I'm here with Tessa Misner from Crosby and Henry Insurance. And Tessa is a preferred partner of Grand Rapids Real Producers. And like all of our partners, they are referred to us by top agents in the area. And thanks to our partners, we're able to put out this beautiful magazine and share the stories of different real estate professionals. So we wanted to shine some light on you, Tessa, in Crosby and Henry Insurance, and just share a little bit more about what you do and the services you provide.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah, welcome
absolutely.
and
Thanks.
tell us a little bit about you and your business, Tessa.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I joke, I've been in the insurance world for about 20 years and I started when I was 5, but no, in all seriousness, um, I work as an independent agent and I've been with the agency now for a little over a year and a half, but in the industry as a whole for the full 20. And on that, we represent multiple companies. And so the cool part about Crosby and Henry is not only the fact that we represent multiple carriers to be able to meet the insurance needs of our ever increasing clientele between home, auto, life, commercial, whatever that looks like for them, but that we've been in insurance for about 160 years. And so we're a pretty cool, long-standing agency that's been in the Grand Rapids, Cascade area for that long. So we love to just share that little bit of ourselves and our history, just so that people feel comfortable and safe to know that, hey, we're not going anywhere and we're here to stay. So yeah, yeah, that's yeah, so again, just represent multiple companies. And I, as an independent agent, really enjoy being able to take part of participating in people's stories. And so as we partner with the real producers, partners, real estate agents, one of the cool things is not only are the agents that we represent through real producers taking care of a story that's beginning for their purchase of a new home or what have you, multiple homes, but I get to come into that storyline and just say, hey, what does that story look like for you? And just get to know people. So yeah.
Nice. Now, what would you say is something that sets you apart or you pride yourself in with your business?
Um, in all seriousness, I'm an insurance nerd. Like I don't know how it's better to say that. Um, I based on the fact that been doing it and I've done it both on the corporate side with an underwriting position and then now on the agency side. I really feel like one of the biggest things that I pride myself on is education. And so one of the factors that I ask all of my clients and getting to know them is, do they really understand what they're purchasing? Not only are they potentially looking at making one of the biggest purchases of their life through the real estate world, but they're also looking to insure and cover that investment. And so I'm there to hold their hand through that and to do the full line by line explanation. Um, that takes a little bit more time. And so it's something that I invest my time into so that as a consumer, you understand what you're buying. Because at the end of the day, I really do firmly believe that knowledge is power. And so if somebody is aware of why they're purchasing something, they're less likely to negate that benefit or coverage later on down the road if expenses rise and things need to be cut in budgets. It's not something you go to the policy and say, we need to do a minimization of expenses and we're going to do it in this area. And so, yeah, again, that's really what sets myself apart in the industry as an agent from because there's quite a few insurance agencies and companies throughout the West Michigan area. And I respect that and I value what everyone brings to the table. But I definitely feel like what sets us as an agency apart and me as an individual is that education point. So, yeah,
Okay. Now, what do you enjoy most about what you do?
I love people. I love people. I've been, I was on the corporate side for 10 years and I just felt like something was missing. And I liked the position. Don't get me wrong. It gave me a lot of insight into the backside of what the industry looks like, um, from an underwriting perspective, a claims perspective. But then when I got the opportunity to become an independent agent and work with an independent agency, that part that was missing clicked. And so that gave me the opportunity to work with my neighbor. That gave me the opportunity to work with my kids' teachers, the local person at Meyer, the people that you run into at the grocery store. And so I really to take care of my family members, so that person or people factor really hit it for me when I started that 10 years ago on the independent agency side. And so now that I have that, it's definitely not something that I would ever let go of. And it's something that I continue to relish in, so to speak. So whenever I get a chance to, and in touching base with people, whether it's following up on their policies after they've been a long-term client or just getting to know somebody new, it sounds touche, but it really, I do feel like I'm making a new friend. And so I feel like you know, I didn't know you, but I will know you for years to come. And so to just get to know your story, kids, partners, spouses, that's all to me, that's a pretty cool part of being a part of that process. So yeah, people.
Well, and I will say, Tessa's very easy to talk to. I know I saw you mixing and mingling at our last issue release
Mhm.
party,
Yeah,
and
that was fun.
very approachable, friendly. So I can see why you like, you're a people person and like meeting people.
I do.
All right, so this is the question, Tessa. I know we talked about this. I'd like to know, and I think others would like to know, maybe something about yourself that not a lot of people know.
Okay, so I was trying to figure out what would be cool, fun, and not so, because we all get into our grooves, right? Like, you work, you go to school, you take care of the kids. But about 13 years ago, 14 years ago, I almost lost my leg. So I know it was crazy. Well, I was an avid water skier and got into a crazy fall. And a long story short, pretty much the only thing holding my leg on was the outer skin. So not to gross everybody out, but it was
Wow.
one of those moments where you're like, all right, that's something most people don't know. So um yeah, but all that to be said, thankfully had an amazing surgeon who spent 8 hours repairing all the damage that was done and year and a half of physical therapy. And
Wow.
so now my joke is I shouldn't be able to tell when the weather's coming because I'm way too young for that, but I can totally tell. It's about to rain.
So
So
have you been back water skiing since then?
they say when you fall off the horse, you have to get back on. And so I have, not as avid as I was. I
Yeah.
definitely am more conservative. I'm not slaloming like I used to. I'm not, doing all the dangerous things that I used to, but I did get back up. I got back up and I just,
Yeah.
so that I at least know that I wasn't afraid and kind of overcame my fear again. So I did.
Wow. Well, I want to see pictures of you, when you're out there back in the day.
Yeah.
Good memories, I'm sure.
Yeah,
So,
there was some good times.
ah, so Tessa, where can the viewers find you? What's the best way to reach you? Phone number, email, and by the way, I'm having Tessa. I want you to tell everyone, but at the end of this video, we will also have it posted up. But Tessa,
Sure.
what's the
Yeah,
best way to reach you? What's your email, phone number?
absolutely. My direct line is 616-325-2864. We are an agency that works with a partnership and a team. And so if you can't get a hold of me, our general line is 942-5480. And my counterpart, Connie Peck, would be happy to help out. My email address is tmisner@crosbyhenry.com. Look for us on Facebook. We're out there. We're continually reaching out. So go ahead and look us up, Crosby and Henry. I have a LinkedIn that you can feel free to follow me on there as well, just under Tessa Misner. And so that's my social media. Feel free to reach out to me in whichever format best works for you. The cool part about some of that contact information is I'm pretty easy to get a hold of and I'm a texter. So if you prefer to text, let me know that way, and I'm totally comfortable with that too. So yeah.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. And do you have any final words before we wrap up?
Sure, thank you. I really want to thank Real Producers. The partnership has definitely benefited the us as a whole, just being able to get out there and get to know people and the partners that you highlight through the real estate world. That's an endeavor that takes a lot of effort. So I really appreciate your time, Tara. Thanks.
Well, thank you. And thank you again for being a preferred partner of
Yeah.
Grand Rapids Real Producers. And thank you for your time today. And again, reach out to Tessa if you want to chat about any insurance questions or needs.
Yeah.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Tara.